Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, where we answer sporting questions from the chat. So get your questions in, people. It is international break. It's a slow news day, unless you're a Manchester United fan, where no news is bad news. Someone say it's good news. Ineos are already been on the clock. Time expired for me. I'm already tired of these lot. As you can see from the title, ERIK Ten Hag still in charge and still no statement from Ineos. So we had the meeting. There's all the speculation regarding ERIK Ten Hag's future at Manchester United, but yet still there's been no official reports on anything. Ineos haven't come out and give him the dreaded vote of confidence. They haven't said they're sacking him. Nothing. Just sheer and utter speculation in regards to that. Of course, Nations League is back today as well, so we will be doing the England versus Greece game over on the playback, and we'll be doing games all during the international break as well. So get over to the Sarcasm City TV playback. But as always, big up to everybody who's supporting. Make sure you hit the like button on the video, though. Whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back after the live, hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share this across all the socials as well. At That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless across all socials. So Twitter and X, please retweet and like from there. Share from the Instagram. And of course, just as important, make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. It is road to 13,000 subscribers. But like I said with the Q&As, doesn't have to be on Ten Hag and Ineos. You may have other questions. It may be Premier League related. It might be international related since we're in the international break. That is absolutely fine. And if you are a member of the channel, people, I will star your question and I'll make sure I get to it. So there's two surefire ways to make sure your question is read out and answered. One, be a member of the channel. Big up to A Solomon in the chat already, or two, super chat. But if you are a non-member or it's a non-super chat and it's a great question, I will star it. But they're the two surefire ways to make sure your question gets answered. So if you see me go into the same names consistently, I'm not ignoring anybody. I don't want to hear anyone complaining, anyone think I'm ignoring anyone. But big up to Mello in the chat already. Big up, he says, big up flawless panelists in chat. Big up Barrio. Rohan89 says, Ineos out. Big up, good to see my Jamaicans in the building. Well, how long have you supported Manchester United, flawless? Long time, since like 95, 96. Long time. Hey Solomon, big up. Big up to Leslie as well. Big up Manchu. Had me cracking up with his comment yesterday on the playback when he man told Cheek to shut up. Love that. But yeah, shouts to everyone. We got Surfer in the building, Jazz is in the building, Prime's in the building. What you man saying, man? You man blessed. What's going on?
Yeah, we're just here for moral support, man. So we're over here for what? What do you mean? I don't understand. I don't think Ten Hag. I don't think you've spoken about Ten Hag and Man United for long enough. I think we need to just continue the trend. That's all. Yeah, need to keep it going.
That's the only benefit that is good for content. That is literally the only benefit. If it wasn't for them, I'd have nothing to talk about. I'd have to come up with something. So salute.
We always freestyle on here, to be fair.
Yeah. Right. And yeah, we do that. That's
true. We can have a 45-minute. We can have a 45-minute debate. Who's better, Emil Heskey or Michael Owen? We could do that. I know we could twist it. We could twist it like that. We'd end up getting there. We'd end up the road. Do you know? We are very imaginative and creative here when we want to be. No, so I'm sure we could do that.
I mean, there was no way he was going to get sacked anyway. Listen, Foolish. Remember last week? I was saying that they have the Porto game. To be fair, I said if he wins if he beats Porto and Villa, but I was thinking positive results would keep the job. And you said like no one would play for him, which is crazy because I didn't believe anyone would play for him either. But he got the results. It's crazy.
Lucky we played not two bad sides because they're not bad sides, but good job we played that version of Villa. And Porto were extremely passive, which surprised me. But then again, they lost Bodo Glimt the week before. Was it Bodo Glimt?
Yeah,
they lost to somebody like
that. Yeah, it was Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, Bodo Baggins. They lost to.
But to be fair though, actually the thing is though, like Porto's been good in the league. Porto's been good in the league, but obviously Europa League campaign hasn't started well. And to be fair, I did say to people, like Brighton, I don't think necessarily that Villa has been actually amazing this season. I think they've been picking up results, but I don't think they've been actually that great this season, to be honest.
And they're picking up injuries now as well. And that squad isn't the depth as what some people think it is. Do you know what I mean? Look at the midfield that was out against United. Kamara, long-term injury, but Onana was out. McGinn's out. They lost Konsa there as well. You know what I mean? But I always thought they wouldn't sack Ten Hag if he got draws.
Same.
Yeah, he got positive.
I think they see draws as a positive result.
He did get positive results though. That's what I mean. From their perspective, he went to a difficult place in Europe away from home, where the great Arsenal struggled in Porto, and Villa have been one of the best teams in the world the last 2 years, and he got a positive result. He kept his job. And we knew
even though he won FA Cup final against Villa last season.
Bro, that FA Cup final showed me that he won it and they kept him in the job. That showed me that all he needs to do is get a few results and keep his job. All he did it for how many times at Man United? Nothing is going to change.
You know the mad thing is, I saw United's running after the international break. I would say maybe Chelsea. I would say Chelsea, and I think even Brentford. I would say because Brentford get hard games. That's a payable running. I could see. Obviously, Sofa may know. People in the chat know. This could be the Linsanity run right there for Ten Hag.
Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, like Linsanity. You know what I'm saying? Where he goes off for these couple games. You know what I'm saying? Remember last season when Højlund was scoring goals and Maguire was getting player of the month and all that.
Yeah,
that's the type of running. Yeah, that's the type of running where they could take definitely. Yeah, the purple patch run right there. And then I even looked at this because obviously middle of next month is another international break. Sorry to break it to people. But then after that one, the next one is in March. So it's either he gets
March after November, yeah.
After November, yeah. Next one is March.
Okay. Cool.
So either he gets sacked now, in this break, gets sacked in the next break, or he might actually just stay till late down the season, man. Shit, he could sabotage the whole season.
And before we carry on, just under 50 of you lot in the building. Let's get up to 40 likes, man. Likes is way too low. We're only at 20 likes, so let's double that. People run up the likes. And the reason why I don't hear, because I've been thinking about this, because people have mentioned the FA Cup game. I was talking about this yesterday, speaking about it over the past few days. The reason why I don't even back the FA Cup, they kept him because of that, because they tried to get rid of him after the FA Cup. That's why when people talk about, they listened to the fans, no, they didn't. Or it's because of the FA Cup, no, it wasn't. Because they actively tried to replace him. Where their incompetence shown is that they failed to replace him. It wasn't the FA. They've already deemed him not good enough. The problem that lies, and me and Veta was discussing this yesterday, was their inability to get a manager during that period. And Veta was trying to gaslight and talk about no one's available, which is nonsense. If you can't go and get a manager who you think is of a certain quality, then that's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think? Okay, so I hear it. So they tried to get interview managers or whatever. Didn't work. Apparently, they also went for Inzaghi. I don't know how true that one is.
Honestly, rubbish that. But
the Inzaghi one is not true. Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Mm-hmm. But they tried to go for managers. Speak English. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. They tried to go for managers, didn't work. Kept on hold. Do you think the same thing may have happened this time around? That they may have tried to speak to someone like Tuchel again or whatever, and it just didn't work out. So Ten Hag's just here. You think that's the case?
You know what? Because you know what, Prime, that could be the case because we've seen it happen just a couple months ago. So why can't they be incapable of doing it again? The fact they was incapable of going to find a manager they found suitable. I don't know what they was looking for. Maybe they can't find an interim that's suitable, or they're so incompetent. Maybe they're not even looking at interim. All we've been speaking about is interim. All the reports have mentioned about interim if he was to be sacked during this period of time. But maybe they're looking at it and going, we don't want an interim, which would be foolish. And I don't put it past them. Maybe they want a permanent manager right now, which limits your options and limits his ability to do well. Like, again, I put nothing past him. Maybe that is the case. Yeah, man. Kaneki was spitting when he said that, man, about incompetent nitwits enjoying our suffering. Like, Kaneki was spot on with that. That's a fire acronym for them. And yeah, maybe it is. Again, I was having this discussion yesterday with Vader and TJ and Tony. Lex, make sure you subscribe to Lex's channel as well. When he was playing FIFA and he was talking about it and he was trying to make sense of it. And I'm like, people need to stop trying to make sense of this. Stop trying to think logically about this and just understand, and for others, admit that they're just bad at their job when it comes to this side of things. Why can't we just, the same way certain players, like people can't admit that certain players are bad. People are like, oh, he needs system, or he needs certain players around him, or he needs this, or he needs that. Ten Hag's a prime example. It's like Ten Hag Ineos. It's the exact same thing. The way Ten Hag Ineos couldn't admit that he just wasn't a good manager. So they blame the structure. So they blame the coaching staff. They blame the injuries. They blame the players, etc. Now he's got all of these things, and he's still bad. So you know what that tells you? He's just not a very good manager. How many more times do Ineos need to mess up and make bad decisions and show their incompetence before people go, hey, you're just not very good? And then when you look at their other clubs that they've got, like we did on the Managerial United a couple of days ago, look at Nice. Look at their team in Switzerland. Either of those two been successful under the Ineos ownership. So they've got two clubs before this, and both clubs are doing badly. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know Nice, and I think it's Lassans. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know their history like that, but to my knowledge, they haven't done well under the Ineos. So why was they going to do well here?
Yeah. Do you know what I just found out? So, I just found out first. While everyone's been talking, I've been researching it. I cannot find an advent calendar with Ten Hag's face on it that I was going to send you, so you could.
Yeah, I'm glad you ain't got my address, idiot. You know what I'm saying? You dumb guy. Actually, you know what? Send it. I'll give it to my niece, dickhead. Find it. I'll give it to her. Send it my way, idiot.
Don't call her that. Don't call her that name. That's a terrible name. Don't call your niece that name. That's terrible. You can't call her that. It's outrageous. In the chat, L's for flawless for calling his niece that. That's terrible.
This guy, Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Even she knows Ten Hag gotta leave. Go on, Prime.
When they took that percentage from the club, what was the plan for? What was the plan for Man United?
What, from Ineos? Ratcliffe had spoken in interviews about exactly that, man. Els for the Surfer, talking about how he wants to play possession-based football. He wants to get Manchester United back to where we're going to be, and where we should be. Sorry, and it's going to take time to close the gap. But that's the plan. I said this. He spoke very well in the interview.
Okay.
I had no issues.
You get all the points.
Possession-based football is fine. So
he spoke very but that's easy to do. But when I heard him speak, I was like, all right, well, clearly, you know what the issues are. Can you solve it? Again, it's all just lips. It's just all words and lips.
And then what they did is they gave Ten Hag an extra year.
But that's weird because even if Ten Hag should have kept his job, he doesn't even suit what you want. So his style of play is not possession based. So there's no point in keeping it.
Yeah, but the interview. I think they just bottled it, to be honest. And I think
they bottled it, but and you're right.
Well, you think they bottled it this time around, during this period?
No, I'm saying back from the summer. Yes, back from the summer, I think. And I think what helped now is the reason why they're not doing it right now is because, like we mentioned, those two results for the Port and Villa are positive results. Even if the performance, because if Ten Hag's tenure was already looked at from performance-based point of views, then there was no point to keeping him here at any point.
Absolutely.
But they probably looked at the results and said, "Know what? He won 2 trophies here. He knows the squad already, and there's quite a few players already here. We didn't get the first option that we wanted. Let's stick with him." And obviously now they look at the last 2 games and they say the performances were shite, but you got the results in both of those games.
No. It was that everyone turned them down, and he was the only one left. Let's be serious.
But to be fair though,
they were offering small. The reports come out, they weren't even offering good money.
No,
they didn't improve. Remember, they gave Tuchel they gave Ten Hag an extra year. They didn't improve his wages. They kept him at the same
they didn't.
Do you know what I mean?
This is what I mean though.
I just no. They bowled it.
I just think they couldn't find a replacement, and he just said,
they couldn't. No, this is where I disagree. They could have gotten a replacement. I think they just, like Sofa said, I think they buttered it by not going over the odds and then say, you know what, if that manager and that first option, if he really wants him, let's go and get it. And obviously, Flores made a good point. And yesterday's show in the Monday United that with us when we hired Ange wasn't even in the top 5. He wasn't even. I think he was.
He was like 7 or 8.
7, 8 in that area of managers that we approached. Like there were other. People forget we approached Pochettino before we approached Ange as well.
Oh yes. Wasn't it a thing where you guys were getting rejected by a lot of?
Slot went to Slot obviously ended up extending his contract. For whatever reason, we didn't want to go for Ruben Amorim or for Schmidt at the time. Nagelsmann, we were. No, this was a summer before. That was before. This was when Nuno came in. In that summer, obviously, like I said, Ruben Amorim and Schmidt just didn't happen. I don't know what happened there because no information came out. Slot extended his contract at Feyenoord. Obviously, ended up getting a better job because he thought about it long term. Nagelsmann, we were in communication, and also was reported how we wanted him, and we were in direct talks. But then all of a sudden, Fabrizio came out and said, it's just breakdown. Tottenham walked away. I don't personally believe that. Personally, I think they couldn't agree what Nagelsmann wanted, and then he just said nah. So that happened. Then we went even the road to Pochettino. So people forget that we actually went back and tried to see if maybe Pochettino was an option, and we didn't pursue that as much, but kind of inquiring. And then you started going to the candidates like Ange. So the whole idea of that it can only be one option is foolish, because even City, when the Sheiks and everyone came through, they obviously the end goal was obviously get a manager like Pep, but they knew they had to build themselves up to a certain level, so they had to get managers throughout these years. Hold on one second, I need to pick up this call.
No stress, and that's where it is. So whether it's like what Jez is saying there, because we know only when we know for facts that is Tuchel. Let's say the offer was, let's say Surf is right in what he's saying, and the offer was terrible to Tuchel. United didn't want to give him certain things that they really should have given him if he was the first choice. That's all well and good, but then you should have a second option, third option, fourth option, etc. Like Jez mentioned about Spurs, you are Manchester United Football Club. You are not trying to get a wife. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not what we're doing. Is this? You can't just go without. Like that's not it. That's not it. And again, whoever's right, you can't. It just all comes back to the same thing: incompetence. That's why I wasn't trying to hear what Veta was saying yesterday, because we can go all around the houses and back and try and come up with any reasonable, any excuses, any logic behind it. It all comes back to incompetence. That Manchester United should not be in the situation we're in. But the reason why we're in that situation, we got to it. But like then it's like, all right, cool. If we're gonna go the whole way, let's get the whole way. This guy was talking about Zidane or Ancelotti coming to OT. I'm like, all right, cool, and I'm going Hogwarts.
Zidane doesn't want to manage in England. Why do people understand this? That Zidane doesn't want to manage in England. Yeah. Do you think?
No. What he was saying, what he was saying was, because he was putting it into the time frame. So he was like, what? I'm trying to remember what he was saying. So he was saying, all right, because he's saying I have an issue with the timeline, and he's like, why do you have an issue with the timeline? And I'm like, I have an issue with the timeline is because shout out Belichick's Lestrange. You was there, man. Because I have an issue with it. Because I have an issue.
Shout out
Belichick's Lestrange. Where was I? Because I have an issue with the timeline. It's certain because they caused. So I was, and then he was like, and then because Tony said, "Oh, you can't go and get an elite manager. Elite managers don't want to manage Manchester United. You don't need an elite manager." Bear in mind, I think there's only 4 elite managers out there. I think Zidane is one. I think Pep is the other. I think Don Carlo's one, and I think Flick is one. We don't need an elite manager. We just need a competent manager. There's multiple. Those who go to championship. That's what they seem to be. Yeah, there's multiple.
Bro, I think Man United, right?
What's it called? Competent managers before you go prime. I'm saying just go get one of them. So he's like, all right. So say the reason why they didn't sack Ten Hag is because they went and because they're gonna go get an elite manager in the summer. I said, yeah, all right. They go get Don Carlo Walsey, then I'll shut up. And like I said, I'm gonna go to London's King Cross and try and get on platform 9 3/4 if that happens. But as you were, Prime, go on.
Listen, you have to go on a certain time in September, man. But
yeah,
anyways,
man, I go in September. I wait. If we hire him in July, I'll wait till September and go. I'm gonna go here Belichick's the straight. Yeah, Hassan's not happy. Jordan lost it. Just lost to South Korea. Love that. Love that.
Do you guys think what's more concerning is that you've only had one name out of like the candidate you're looking for? I don't think that's a little more. It just sounds like lazy research. Like
lazy.
The only manager has Premier League experience is Tuchel. That's the only guy with pro.
And this is why.
But you know where lazy ties into, Victor? Incompetence. So I agree with you. Like it all just ties back into that. It all ties back into you are not equipped for the job.
It is lazy. That's why I asked when they bought Man United, what did they actually like want to do in terms of on the pitch and get you guys back to a certain level? Because when I look at Chelsea, but when I look at Chelsea and our owners, hiring Potter and Poch to me are two very lazy appointments, particularly when you set out no real plan of how you want Chelsea to behave on the pitch. It's all well and good saying you want to develop all these young players, but what is our style and brand supposed to be? And then you hire Potter and Poch, two very different styles. You keep Tuchel when you buy the club, three different styles of manager with no real plan in place. You then sack Poch. You then come out and say what you want in terms of a manager, and then you find that manager in Maresca. That's why I'm looking at Ineos and saying, what exactly do you want from your manager? Whether he's from the Championship or you get Ancelotti from Real Madrid, it doesn't really matter. It's the right profile that's the issue. And I don't. That's the thing. That's my problem of even if you sack Ten Hag, I don't think it makes a difference if there's no real plan and vision in place, because that's why your guys are looking at. I know Southgate wasn't the rumor wasn't true, but if that's why stupid names like Southgate and Tuchel are all being thrown around because there's no plan. It's so easy to make up a rumor if we don't know what the truth is.
Yeah, absolutely. And before I respond to that as well, I was just looking here when they bought Nice and seeing about their finishes in the league table before Ineos and after, and it's very similar. They're both a mix and match. In regards to what you're saying there with the names and like them not having a clue, that's what it looks like. It looks like you have no plan, which is terrible. How don't you have a plan? That should never ever happen. That is woeful. And I had my doubts about these men, and Lex mentioned it to me, and I forgot that I had said this in regards to when they first got here, and I mentioned about them doing a deal with the Glazers. How do you want what's best for Manchester United, but you're willing? So you've taken over Manchester United or part of it, seen what a shit show it is, but you've done a deal with the people who have it as the shit show as it is. Make that make sense, but you want what's best for the football club. And you seemingly have no plan. And this is noticed because look how the way you've gone about things from a managerial perspective. It's horrendous. I don't trust these lot. The reason why I want a good manager so bad is because a good manager can control the controllables, and you can have success in spite of them. Not great success, not consistent success. Like forget like winning a league back to back and things of that nature. But can you be better than this? Yes. Can you go and compete? Yes. I fully believe in that. Because that's one thing Ineos have shown is that in this window, they've done well in regards to incomings and outgoings. So I'm just want a manager who can control the controllables. And if we fall short because of Ineos, we fall short because of Ineos. We've been successful under the Glazers before. These are a lot of Glazers 2.0. So if you go and get a good manager, who knows? If you go and if that manager turns out to be great, elite, you could do even better. Because we've had success under these men. As bad as we've been, what is it? 5 trophies in 11 years? I think. Something like that. 5 trophies, as bad as we've been, as woeful as we've been ran before Ineos. We had 5 trophies in 11 years. Before that, we know about the success, but we had 2 GOATs in Ferguson and Gill in their respective fields. But I ain't saying go and get a GOAT, but it goes to show if you go and get a good manager, what you can do. It's not that difficult. People are like we're years away, and we potentially could be. Yes, but also we're nowhere near as far away as people make out. I don't think so. I think currently has constructed because of this manager. You go and coach the team, you'll see an instant improvement. I think you see an instant improvement just from Ruud or whoever the interim is, just because the vibes is miserable. So when Oli picked it up from Mourinho, it's that type of thing where it's just miserable and morale is just low and everything is just awful about the football club. Just having someone go in there, just a different face with vibes, and obviously they like Ruud as well. They respect Ruud as a player. They respect him as a coach. I don't even think you have to do much coaching. It's more morale boosting. I'm saying you're just doing more man managing. That's what it is. Rather than see this guy who's just don't inspire nothing. You can tell, man, it's miserable. It looks miserable.
No, this is one of the
performances. Even if performances improve, but results are still more or less the same. United fans won't really complain because they'll understand.
I think it depends on the section though. I think it depends on the section.
I mean, as interim for the rest of the season. If
you think Ruud? Ruud. Oh, no one. Yeah.
Yeah. If United get a bit better in terms of like performances, but results are kind of more or less the same, I don't think United fans will complain as much.
Yeah, it's because he's the interim. And that's the crazy part is the interim buys Ineos time.
Yeah,
it buys you. Literally, I've been saying this. You then have pretty much the whole season to go and find a manager, and it's not the talk of the town. You're not under no pressure to do it quickly. There's no speculation. You have an interim. Everyone knows you're gonna get a manager in the summer. You don't have to reveal who that is until the summer. You alleviate all of the pressure. That's what doesn't make no sense, but it shows more. Yeah, go on, Jez.
Remember the whole what's his name again? Fuck, the Austrian guy.
Ragnick.
Yeah, there you go. Like it's good example because always them man. Oh, I remember United fans like, oh yeah, no, but we know who the manager, and it was if they were to sit here and say, you know what, fuck it, we give it to an interim, and that even if the interim doesn't hit the targets, is cool because you pretty much threw the season away. But then the message is okay, but we're preparing them for the next manager then to come in and get guarantee make sure that we get our first option. I feel like people can accept that, but the issue this is kind of like where I'm asking is that where's the hesitation in terms of that's what for me it's like I wasn't buying this whole thing, because people have been trying to make an argument saying how they could still potentially sack him this international break. I'm like, fuck all that. The dude should have been gone literally after the full time at Villa and Port.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not buying this whole idea of they could still sack him. If they really wanted to sack somebody, you would sack him already by then. And we are literally about to hit weekend tomorrow, on Friday. So it's kind of
got rid of his backroom stuff. They can sack people. Do you know what I mean? They got rid of all their backroom stuff. You know what I mean? So
man,
that's the craziest part, Surfer, is that they deemed him not good enough because they tried to get rid of him in the summer. They let it be known.
So what is it? It's a very simple. It's very simple, guys. I will say this all the time when it comes to billionaires. It's egos. Billionaires don't like to admit they're wrong. You know what I mean? They do not like to admit they're wrong. They do not. And I think also for us, I think there's too many. You've got too many cooks in the kitchen. Do you know what I mean?
So you reckon what the whole thing?
Look at that! No, remember that image from the Aston Villa game? Like someone said, it looked like a jury. Do you know? I shouldn't know all the names of your board. Do you know what I mean? Or who's running your club? I should know the owner and
maybe football.
I should know the owner, like Liverpool. I should know the owner, Michael Edwards, and one of his sponsors. That's all I should know. I shouldn't know. Like Dan Ashworth, Jason Wilcox, Almond Barada, David Brailsford, Vivell you've bought in, and and also Joel Glazer's. Everybody. Joel Glazer's still involved. He's still involved with decision making. Do you know what I mean? Ironically, though, I think they would have sacked him under the.
They would have 100% would have sacked.
That's my point. That's why that's why I'm not even crashing it on Joe Glazer. I want to. Somebody in that group is giving pushback, and I want to know who it is.
Yes,
I don't know who it is. There's no. This is just me, just merely guessing. But one of those people. So whether it's Barada, whether it's Ratcliffe, whether it's Glazer, somebody in the boardroom. Somebody in the meetings is giving pushback. I don't know who it is. I think
when do you think he would have got sacked
once it's come to a close? Say again.
Do you think he would have got sacked last season before the cup final?
No, he would have got sacked probably either during last season, even after. Oh, after the no, I think he would have got sacked after the final. They would have got rid of him.
Yeah.
You don't think he would have got sacked before? You don't think he would have got sacked before top four was out of reach?
No.
Because by the time the United already made the FA Cup final.
Yeah, maybe not. I think they would have given the FA Cup final.
Yeah,
I think they would have given the FA Cup final. That's what it is. I think they would have given that and would have done the Van Gaal thing. 110%. That's why I don't look at Joe Glazer and think, oh, it's you who's giving pushback. But there's someone there, whether it's Barada, whether it's Wilcox, whether it's Ratcliffe, whether it's Ashworth, somebody there is, or it might be more than one. It might be two people. Maybe it's split. You know what I'm saying? Maybe half are saying keep him, half are saying get rid of him. Reports are saying Ratcliffe is one of them. But again, I believe I take reports with a pinch of salt.
Who do you think they would have hired in the summer?
They were Tuchel.
No.
The Glazers. Yeah, they probably would have got Tuchel.
Really?
Or give him more power and more of what he wanted. So I think Tuchel would have probably been in charge.
Tuchel would no sporting director is crazy.
It would have been Tuchel.
Bro, I love Tuchel, but no sporting director with Tuchel is crazy.
Well, what kills me is that in the summer, this is what I said. United fans get gaslighted way too quick and way too quick. They get gaslighted way too quickly because it's like, for me, it goes back to Chelsea. It's like you saw a lot of people try to go after Chelsea every time when their ownership made a mistake, and the ownership just came in as well. Everybody tried to trash it on Chelsea, but then United fans, not every United fans know they got gassed over the fact that footballing people came in. They said, "Oh my God, we got footballing people in charge now. No, we're gonna go on this. We're gonna go do that." Remember, never let people forget. People were fine that Ten Hag stayed because they ended up deciding that Ten Hag stayed. The footballing people. There were people that said, like, people who were 10 out, or people who were like, no, let's make it work because there's new people in here. What do you mean let it work? Let it work. The guy that couldn't finish above Galatasaray in the Champions League group.
Oh, yeah.
Let it work. Let it work. Come on, bro. And this is what I'm saying. Like, so many people. I'm somebody that said, you need to show me, improve me, why I should go and be like, you know what, let me be happy. And of course, I understand to a degree because United, you had Woodward, or whatever his name was, on all these people, the bunkers, the bunkers and all that. I get they're gone. You're getting football and people, you're getting gassed. But you shouldn't get gassed to the point where I feel like, they have delivered you the Premier League. Like, they're talking already how they want to win the Premier League in 2025 or they want to compete by 28. That's all well and good, but what do you do now? Like, just like there's like a lot of gaslighting happening, a lot of gaslighting, and I don't know why there's people, and I don't know why people were so hesitant to actually criticize them when people were so quick to criticize the Chelsea ownership.
Because everyone wants to criticize Chelsea because the perception of our owners is that they're American and they don't know what they're doing. But the perception of Ineos is because the Glazers are so horrible and they're the worst owners in the world, anyone that comes in automatically has to be 1,000 times better, when that's not necessarily the case. The Glazers don't own Ineos don't own the club; they own a percentage. So that 25% or 24% is redundant. It can't. I don't think it's going to make major changes until, like, I'm proven wrong. I'm not going to assume it's going to make major changes, for one, and two. Why do people assume Ineos are amazing owners? There's not many owners like a Man City in the world. Even Chelsea's owners, like, I believe they actually care because they spent $1 billion in the past 2 seasons or whatever. But we've also spent $1 billion not on world-class players. We didn't buy Mbappe's and Vinicius Juniors and whatever. We bought a lot of young kids that we have to develop for 3-4 years. So, like, why do people assume that Ineos is going to come in and United will win the league next season and everything will be great and Ineos will make Bruno start making passes and Rashford start making runs again? That's not how football works.
People try to convince me.
People talk about Man United structure for years when they do poorly, and I'm sick of it.
They try to convince me about Root making stuff.
Glazers is not the reason why Ten Hag can't make tactical decisions. It's not the Glazers' fault. It's not Ineos' fault. It's Ineos' fault that he's doing a job.
Exactly.
But it's not
control the controllables, like I've been saying.
Like, people just, it's just, I don't know. It's just crazy, and
you just
that's
hope.
The reason why
It's just hope and emotional attachment and just their love for something that they hope it works. Because if the Glazers had done what Ineos had done, we would have crashed it on them all summer. If they had done this, we would have crashed it on them, and rightfully so, all summer long. If they would have kept Ten Hag, no. If They would have tried to replace Ten Hag, weren't able to get a replacement, kept him, seen all these results this season, and then did a meeting, and I said nothing since the meeting, and still kept him in charge and hadn't communicated, we would have rioted. We would have crashed on him. When I say we would have rioted, I'm talking about not like physically people, like I'm talking like social, like Glazers out would be trending on a regular basis. Big up Vader in the chat. Before you continue, Prime, there's over 120 people in here. We're only at 47 likes. Like check 1212. Let's get up to triple digits. Continue to get your questions in as well. If you are a member of the channel, I'll star your question. I'll get to it. But run up the likes and hit the subscribe button as well. Yeah, go on, Prime. Go on.
But not just that though. If this was the Glazers, and they had overpaid for, yes, maybe a talented, but still an 18-year-old centre-back, people would be saying that, oh, you're only signing him to hide the fact that you kept Ten Hag. Signing a PSG flop in Ugarte, if that was the Glazers, people would be complaining. Not replacing Højlund properly, but signing Xerxes. Xerxes looks like a good talent, to be fair, but not signing a proper striker. People would be complaining if that was the Glazers. Letting Sancho go to a rival instead of selling him out of the country, people would be complaining if that was the Glazers. But because it's Ineos, it's amazing. And we have a good squad, and we're going to finish third, and we're going to score like 90 goals in a season.
I know where you want to go.
Go back and watch some of them streams, man.
Well, do you know how funny it was to actually listen to some of these streams as a non-Man United fan? Bro, I knew this was because I wasn't surprised that this shit is happening and everybody's not turning. Like I've seen people say Ineos are liars. What you mean? Bro, what did they promise you though?
They didn't lie.
They didn't do it. They didn't say anything. They didn't promise anything. They just came in and obviously did what they did in the summer. They didn't say anything.
People and everyone got lost. Big up to Vader. Make sure you subscribe to this Crux channel. He says, well, if the Glazers would have fired Ten Hag and Glazers have been a disaster, maybe Ineos are cooking something. You can wait on that meal, Vader. I've left the restaurant. You can wait. You know what I'm saying? You believe they're cooking something, you can wait and see that meal that is. I've left. I've done left. I'm leaving that to you lot. You can let me know, Vader, how it went, how that dining experience was. TKL says the man them talks were during preseason was something else. Yeah, I was on a couple of them. I wasn't there on a regular basis, but I spoke to pretty much everyone. I do content with most people who are there.
Man them talk. Cast on never foul, rants. The way people were talking reckless of how great Man United will be this season and how bad Chelsea are. And then all it took is a couple of games into the season, and all of a sudden Chelsea are good and Man United are bad. It's hilarious. The flip-flopping is amazing.
Somebody
Beta guy, right? See this Beta guy, yeah? He's the type of guy who would try and sell you magic beans for a cow. If you know what I'm saying, right? This is a guy. This is a guy, right?
I like you, man. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, of course you would. Gaslight.
Yeah, you like one and the same. That's why.
No.
Dark-skinned brothers are the same.
I'm not.
It's crazy.
I'm not a student of Pep. He's a student of Pep, but I respect it, man.
Man called him Footy Judge Vader. That's funny, man.
Yeah,
you know what? Because Mulder's the same thing. Because you know what's crazy? All them Bruno Fernandes arguments I had died very, very quickly. Other people tried to gas up Bruno. I ain't forgot. And when I run into them people on live streams again, we gonna have them conversations. I've not forgotten. Not forgotten all of those conversations about Bruno.
Oh, Bruno just means a competent manager, bro.
And this is what I heard now. This is what I heard actually as well. Like, hey, you know what? Somebody said that on Twitter. That was a while ago. I'm convinced that they know in school how they need to teach. Then there needs to be a subject on Man United fans during the transfer window, during the start of the season.
Facts. Liverpool camp said it used to be a case study.
Proper case study. Yeah, there you go.
It used to be because I'm on stream and I'm like, I'm thinking we don't support the same team. If I'm on stream with United, I'm like, we clearly don't support the same club. You're talking about United in the alternate universe, and I wasn't.
Bro.
And I tried to be like, because I didn't want it to be true. That's why I wasn't like, oh, you're wrong. And like, I don't run a rave anyway in it. I just state my opinion. Everyone knows my opinion on it. Like, it's out there. but like I wanted to be wrong, and it was just me being skeptical, and I was spot on about everything, pretty much outside of them in the window where they've done. Like I said, yes, I like what they've done in the window, but they've still been terrible. Like Vega says, the Ineos are cooking. So far, it's been a shit show for them. So far,
but the thing is, Flawless, you didn't even think it'd be this bad.
No,
you were just skeptical. You didn't think it'd be this bad. That's the thing.
This bad. No.
By the way, microwaving is not cooking; it's just reheating stuff. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. Yeah.
All it is. I'm saying in the kitchen with a microwave. Don't do that. Bad boy cook.
No. I don't. That's not a bad thing. Thousands of students have survived over hundreds of many years in the microwave. Microwave is king. Jez knows. Jez knows.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying.
They weren't cooking. They just had. United just had just a leftovers from last season, and they just added a little bit of something and just reheated the dish.
Yeah, we reheated McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? We reheated McDonald's.
It's not Burger King. We have to wait in a drive-thru for like 20 minutes because it's fresh what they do. It's McDonald's where they just literally just fling the burger to you.
Reheated McDonald's.
Reheated woke nonsense. That's what it is.
I tell you what the woke nonsense is. The woke nonsense is that instead of reheating it in the microwave, they try to be extra fancy and reheat it on a pan.
Oh, no,
it's the burner.
Try to heat it like that. They'll say
it's a lighter with a can of beans underneath.
Oh man,
it's a fried egg. In America, where they put like eggs on the side of the road on like a car or something, so holidays.
Like,
it is. Chelsea fan, they don't. A section of my fan base don't like me. They really, really don't. Because I tell them the uncomfortable truths, and they can't. If it was just saying what I was saying, or Prime, or Surf, or Victor, or another non-Manchester United fan, they could easily just play it off as, oh, you're hating. But when I'm a United supporter, they don't like what I say. They didn't like what I said during the summer at all. I'm sure you was in chats, and I was in chats where, I was getting crashed on, I was getting cooked, and everyone shut up. That's the craziest part. I know what I'm talking about.
I just want to point out, it's not only United fans that don't like Flawless. There's other teams.
Which is crazy.
Can I just say, Flawless? It's not about your opinions, though. That's not why we don't like you. It's just you're flawless.
So you just. You know what I'm saying? You just human. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, can't even describe it.
Don't blame being in a job for why we don't like you. Don't do that. Don't blame Ten.
Yeah. No, Chelsea, one of your fellow Chelsea fans mentioned this. It's nothing to do with me personally, even though I don't stand you lot either. So here we are. Feelings mutual. But yeah, they just want me to be positive. And the fact that I was saying what I was saying, and I doubled down on it. I said it repeatedly wherever I was, whether it was my platform, whether it was other platforms, I said it everywhere. And now, because I'm right, they're even more annoyed because they're not only pissed about what Manchester United are going. Like Z disappeared. Z disappeared. Z was ignoring people in the chat. He was not me, but he was ignoring other people in the chat. Because he even said I think it was last week, oh yeah, I called it wrong. The amount of and super chats on Saeed's channel and other comments like, yo, you called this right. It's really not difficult.
Like I said, the maddest thing about all this is that this was actually a couple of weeks ago, actually, when we had literally the show on literally the Man United Chelsea Spurs show. And I make the perfect example. If I came into the season telling you the Spurs was going to score goals to the rate where they could actually, like a title competing level of goal scoring, you guys would have looked at me crazy. If I would have told you that.
I believe you're crazy anyway, so I wouldn't say anything.
No, but I'm telling you, to the people in the chat, bro. I'm crazy, but the people in the chat that will tell me, yo, you're crazy. How can you say that Sri Lanka and Sri Lanka's son and Johnson can score 88 goals and more? Motherfucker, Johnson has more goals this season, ironically, than Man United as a team.
Bro, Brentford scored in one match as many as Man United.
That's saying, bro. And these men looked at us crazy, saying that. Hold on a second. Why are you saying that? Why can Man United not do that?
Because that's why I never. That's why throughout the summer and the start of the season, I was like going, I don't know where. I'm sorry. I swear, someone did the Men in Black flashing light memory erase thing to like a huge part of the United fans. And it was and everyone was like, yeah, it's like big up Saeed, big up Saeed. But when I'm hearing him go, yeah, I expect third, I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Third? Your squad is arguably. Listen, I think your attack is arguably worse. That's only scored like 57 and 58 goals.
But to be fair to
only scored 59.
To be fair to him, didn't he say I expect third because of the progression or something? I expect he generally said no third.
Flores was on stream going, what? Like literally saying, why do you expect third? What's made you what has Ineos done to make you expect third? Because we still got Ten Hag in charge.
I'm always his reasoning.
It's like we must.
We must.
Because he gave
goals.
I watched
when you've repeated the same formula of buying a striker from Italy that's barely scored double-figure goals, and you've let go of Sancho, and you're relying on Amad Diallo. I mean, it's madness. Honestly, bro.
Like, the matter thing we about is that you finished third. Who's dropping all this third? Who do you think United is going to be better than?
He said Liverpool. He said they'd be better than Liverpool.
Yeah, this is the maddest thing about it. Like, based on what? Like, a new manager came on, but based on what the team is still better than that. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm sorry. So that's what I'm saying. You can. It's all good having Aya, but we are Man United. We are Man United. Doesn't matter if Chelsea counts for an open goal.
He based it off of this, Jez. He based it off of this. But
when's the last time Man United scored? What they said? 80 goals?
They haven't done that.
We haven't scored 80 goals in over 10 years.
It's been over a decade.
Wait, what? Sorry,
we haven't scored over 80 goals in 10 years. The highest we've scored over 70 once in the last 10 years. We've not got.
When was this?
And that was under Solskjaer. That was under Solskjaer.
One season we scored 48 league goals, and people said we should have kept that manager because he's a top manager, but whole different conversation. Van Gaal. 48 league goals under Van Gaal.
Yeah, that's 10 over. That's 10 over a Premier League season, or a Premier League.
48 league goals we scored under Van Gaal at one point.
Yeah, people have to actually look because I remember.
I tell a lie. 49, the 15-16 season.
Sorry, 49. That makes it better.
So the last time
before someone in the chat goes, it was 49. Yeah, it was 49. We scored.
The last time I scored 80 goals plus, besides all.
The one matters, man.
Yeah, it tells you all you need to know. So it's been a long-standing problem, but hey, we should have kept these managers.
That's mad.
So I'm looking at 14-15, we scored 62. 15-16, 49. 16-17, 54. 17-18, 68. 18-19, 65. 19-20, 66. 2021, 73, 21-22, 57, 22-23, 58, 23-24, 57, and 2020 and 2024-25 so far with 7 games played, 5 goals.
Wait, Flawless, what was that season you said with Ollie, where you guys scored the most goals?
I think this is. I think when they finished second in their season.
Was it the 1920?
That was a lockdown season, right?
Yeah. Wait, 2020, 21? Yeah, 73 league goals. Yeah.
I remember people telling me you guys that's a world class front three, better than Salah, Mane, Firmino.
Remember the conversation going into December? United can compete, and then the Sheffield United game happens, and then.
Bro, it went from United are in a title challenge to a month later.
I remember they were saying 21 and 20.
Yeah, 21.
I remember having that argument as well.
And Sheffield United.
Yeah. Why can't we win the league?
Yeah.
Look at the team.
And then people backtracking and saying that, I didn't say we would challenge. I love it.
This is what I say, bro. United social media, good content, bro, because it's it's a lot of things that I've heard before even being on Sarcasm City from just United YouTube is insane, bro. Some of the things I said, and I've seen Tottenham fans say some crazy things, and I'm like, bro, They'll say my thing is the only reason why I knew this stat about United, the one season when they scored like 49 goals, is because I remember there was an argument when guys were asking about United. Just because I mentioned to someone in the chat, the United have been having a scoring issue for years. It's not something new. And then I went through all the seasons and said, "Yo, United went the whole decade not really been able to score goals and score like 70 once."
Over 71, over 80 times in the last 10 years.
If I go to Tottenham, I can tell you there's definitely going to be a lot of seasons there in the last 10 seasons, 70 goals. So yeah, and then but you know what? Double figures, man, for Garnacho. Sancho that wasn't going to play.
So that tweet from Saeed is brilliant when he asked how many league goals we're getting. Go check that out, people, if you find that tweet. I've not retweeted it. Saeed, my guy, that's why I've not even retweeted it, but go check that tweet.
No. I'll listen, Saeed's a good guy, but I'll retweet it. I don't care.
Retweet anyway, and it wasn't even what he said, it was the responses to it that make me laugh.
The last, like, it's funny because I'd have had a goal scoring problem the last 10 years, but you guys add a striker or add in the forward, get rid of the forward, and nothing changes. Like, Rooney was the problem because he was too old. He's gone. Lukaku wasn't good enough. He's gone. Martial injuries. He's gone. Ronaldo's a problem. He's gone. You still have Garnacho here. You still have Rashford, Bruno. But, like, it's... I don't know. Bruno, yeah.
Two things can be true. Is both. One, when it comes to attacking system, is key. You have a good system, you'll score goals. You'll score goals on 100. But obviously, if you have individual
that as well, United recruit poorly when it comes to forwards.
It is, but I don't think Spurs recruit well.
I think that's the perfect example.
I don't rate their attack at all. Yeah, and they score goals. I don't rate their attack. Apart from Son. Son's the only one. Son and Maddison are the only two that are like, yeah, I think they're of a level. And Maddison has shown his inconsistency, and Son, as Jazz has pointed out, is only good playing central as a striker. I don't rate Johnson. I don't rate Richarlison. Kulusevski, I do to an extent. Who else they got? Werner, Solanke.
Yeah.
No, I really don't.
Like Johnson, Werner.
I don't rate these. Yeah, I don't rate that play, but yet they score goals.
Yeah.
This is the funny part.
Newcastle scored so many goals. I rate their attack, but not to the point it scored 85.
You know the maddest thing is here. This how you know Timo, and I'm calling it Timo, not Timo. Timo. You know how bad Timo is that everybody in the team still eating in terms of getting goals outside him. That's how we know how bad Timo is. So yeah, man. Just have to notice that. I have to say that, just.
And Chelsea won the Champions League with him and Havertz as our strikers, by the way. Just letting you know that.
Hey, props to Tuchel and props to your defensive. Yeah, because there's no surprise that you lot had to have the best defensive record we've ever seen in the Champions League knockout round to win the competition. It's not a surprise. That's why when people try and big up Havertz and Mount and Werner for that, I'm going, Chelsea had to have a record-breaking defensive display in the competition.
Maybe that's what Arsenal need to win the league.
Every game.
I swear we conceded the least goals like ever in the competition.
After every Champions League game, them defenders have to put the ice pack on the knees on every ball, bro. Like, shit, bro. Like,
I bet you after every game, Rudiger's slapping Werner in the head.
You gotta be abs, and then you put Kante and Jorginho in front of that as well. Big up to Apex though, says Flawless always sees through the BS. It's easy to see through it. It's like people just didn't want to believe. For true,
the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, TKL. I seen it. Leicester scored 50 goals when they got relegated. By the way, Luton, I think, got 51 last season or something like that. We scored 5 more goals than them. Luton Town. What are you talking about? It was like they was 5 off of us in terms of goal scoring.
So going into next week though, since it looks like Ten Hag is probably going to stay because nothing indicates that he's going to get stuck. The season's gonna be as it is. It's just gonna be fuck it till he's gone, pretty much.
Pretty much so. Like, it's gonna get worse. Like, that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna get worse. Well, we win the odd game, yes, but we're gonna draw games. We're gonna lose games. Forget top 8 in Europa League as well. With the way we're moving in that, even though we got because Fenerbahce will be tough. After that, the draws are more. I mean, the draws are more favorable on paper, but Twente looked like a favorable game, and look how that turned out. So I think you can forget top 8 in that. Forget Manchester United doing anything of note. Forget Manchester United going on a run. Forget any good performances. And then we'll be here next international break in October. I mean, sorry, I might need to go away, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
What is the Europa League? What is it? Top 8 get out of the group, right?
It's top 8. It's like the Champions League.
9-24 in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's the same as the Champions League. Yeah.
And how many in the group? How many in the league? Is it 32?
36.
It's 36. Yeah, it's the same as the Champions League. Only in the Conference League they have 32.
And you guys will be good enough to at least make playoffs.
Yeah, we'll be in the top 24. We're in there now. So
United, because United right now are 21st. I remember last time I was laughing about it because I said, "Yo, United already doing 6 pointers, like 6 point relegation 6 pointers in the in the Conference League."
How many is it? 8 games? Is it 8 games in Europa, right?
Yeah.
8 games. Yeah. 2 games have been played.
Do you not think getting 1 point out of your first 9 is a problem?
Now we got 2 points out of our first 2. We drew both. We drew to 20 and we drew to 20. We drew. It was 1-1.
It's 2 points out of 6. It's not.
So we got 2 points. Is that a problem in terms of going forward for top 8? Yeah. Is that a problem for top 24? No. I think we'll get there. I look at I think
the later fixtures for United.
Yeah, you look at PAOK at home, Bodo Glint, Victoria POA. Who else we got? Rangers at home. And FC SB away. Do I think we finish top 8 with this manager? No. But do I think we finish inside the top 24? Yes. That competition's winnable. That's the craziest part. That's what annoys me so much. It's still salvageable now, finishing in the top 8. All you need to get is 4 wins out your next, and then you're good. 2 draws, 4 wins, and you're probably in the top 8. I think we're only 4 or 5 points off. I think we're 4 points off it now. Let me actually check. Even too far.
No, it's not far because obviously there's only I think four teams I think are currently on 6 points, which is us.
We're on 4 points. We're on 2. We're 2 points off of it right now.
Yeah,
we're 2 points off it. So like, we'll be here. So to answer your question, we'll be right back here, in November, having the same conversation because Manchester United come off a poor run of results.
I think there's 2 Europa League matches during this period in November. Isn't it? I think it's 2. I think it's 2. Because I have it open. I'm just checking right now. So
yeah, you're right. It's 2.
2 games. Yeah, so we're gonna get to 4. This is crazy because even let's say you draw 1 and lose 1, like let's say you lose Fenerbahce and then you draw for whatever reason the next one, which is funny. You can still make top 4 with 4 games to go. Yeah. Not top 4. I mean top 24. You can still make it with 4 games.
Yeah.
That's what I say. That's why it's this new system is forgiven for teams that want to finish in the 9-24. But for the top, if you want to finish top 8, this is where you do need to have some sort of level of consistency. Unless the other teams are also just not being consistent, which I think is really hard to think of. That there's going to be teams like us, like Lyon, like Lazio, who has shown at the moment that they can get the W's in the competition. I think that also too. Ironically, one of the teams, FCSB, is also on 6 points. Let me see. They beat. I think what did they beat? Ironically, they beaten PAOK. So if United can't beat PAOK, then maybe we have to start having conversations about maybe not being able to actually finish in the top 24.
Hey, maybe that's what it might. Maybe they're looking at that. Oh, we can't finish in the top 24, so we have to get rid of him. Maybe, I don't know, because I don't know what the bar is with these men. I don't know.
United fans celebrated winning the FA Cup and knocking Chelsea in the Conference League. How do you think you guys would have done in our Conference League group?
Probably just stumbled through it. I think we would have won games, but it wouldn't have been pretty. You know what I'm saying? We would have stumbled through it the same way. I think we're gonna stumble if we keep this manager. We're gonna stumble through this competition. No, Panathinaikos isn't PAOK. Jinlu, they're someone different. PAOK. 1 second, I'll tell you now. Do our research over here at Sarcasm City TV. They've lost 2-2. They are in the Greek league. Yes, is it them?
It's Greek. No, it's two. No. You're still right. It's two different teams. Yeah, but you are right though.
Okay, I'm looking here. Yeah, Panathinaikos are 8th in their league. These lot are top. This PAOK team. That's someone different.
Tenak is going up against some champions. Jeez.
Yeah, PAOK, commonly known as I can't pronounce that. Greek professional footballer based in Macedonia, Greece. Okay.
PAOK Thessalonica.
Yeah, that's what PAOK.
PAOK Thessalonica.
Yeah, I can't say that.
Jay Solomon, who says, quick question, why are some United fans convinced that Palmer is going to United eventually because he's a United supporter?
Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason.
Flawless, you know why? Because you guys can unite your way to anything.
That's it.
That's why.
I said that. We can unite. I've said that. When I said you can't unite your way to titles, but that's what people think.
No, do you know why? Because Steve made this silly narrative that he knows Cole's mates, and they say his dream is to play for United.
Well, that makes sense because he is United.
So but it's not true. It's not true.
But I don't think he's going anywhere.
Wait, Steve said what?
Which Steve?
Steve said he knows a few of his mates who say his dream is to go to United, which is not true because I know people who know his mates, and
he talked to his Red Bull camera and he hasn't enough sleep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's just trying to wind up Chelsea fans and it works because I know mates of Cole and they said basically he's going to stay there.
Are we talking about our Steve?
No,
Big Steve.
Big Steve.
Big Steve.
I mean, we all know Cole's not Cole. Palmer is a United fan. That's
he's just lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy. Yeah. Same way, like we've seen ample players play for teams that they don't support. I've seen. Darren Bent was an Arsenal fan.
Did you see the Rabble? Did you see the Rabble Morrison video with Adam McCullough when he was like Adam McCullough's bigging him up and Rabble Morrison kept saying, "Yeah, United was good, but I still want to see Arsenal win the league." No, that's what I mean. But Adam McCullough kept trying to gas him up and go, "Oh yeah, but you were great. But Man United fans still love you. You know what do you? Yeah." He said, "No, that's great, man. I want Man United to do well, but I still want Arsenal to beat Man United to a time."
Yeah, that's it. I think Ollie was a Liverpool fan growing up. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think he
clip is the perfect example of just because they came through your academy doesn't mean they bleed your club. It doesn't mean that they're a die-hard United fan and they grew up 5 minutes from the stadium. It's bullshit.
We should also have to consider as well that some people join academies, but they didn't actually originally grew up in that city. Like,
you know what's crazy about Rabble Morrison? He did because like JV and Stroh know him. He's from their ends.
Yeah,
they know him. Like before he was at Manchester. Like before, like they knew him like growing up in regards to when he was at United. He was well known about it, but like they know him because they're from the same area in Manchester. But just like Palmer being a United fan, makes sense. But him wanting to play for United would also make sense.
Even Sancho was.
But the thing is,
was a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, Sancho. Even if he would want to play for United, why would he go now?
Then this goes back to just delusion, isn't it?
Yeah,
it goes back to delusion.
There's no logic based in it. Why would you logically think that? People just think, oh, he's a United fan. So he wants to play. He goes to United now. No, same way Mount wouldn't go and play for Portsmouth now, would he?
No, hell no.
Would Mount play for Portsmouth now? I mean, maybe.
No, bro, he's on like 300k. No way he's going to Portsmouth.
Well, no, I mean not now, but like in a few years.
I'm talking about right now. If Mount was available for sale and Portsmouth put in a bid somehow, he's not going to Portsmouth. And he's maybe
at the end of his career, not now.
Yeah, end of his career. That's a whole different conversation. But I'm saying now.
I need to see Portsmouth in the Prem. Mount goes to Portsmouth. He gets the armband and they get relegated. I need to see that.
You're too much of a fantasy, but no.
Brad said fantasy.
Football fan, glad to help. Says thanks for the stream, flawless and depressed because United. Yo, just enjoy it. All I say to you, football fans, I say this to all United fans: don't work around Manchester United with your weekends. If you have something you need to do, go do it. If your other half wants to go shopping, go with her. If you need to go see your grandparents, go. Take your kids out, whatever the case. Go see your brethren, whatever the case may be. Go and do.
I did this last season, right? I had Chelsea on in the background while I was doing other things.
That's it.
Right? Yeah. And then I didn't have the volume up. I just had the screen on, right? No volume. And I checked back every 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes while I did something else. Sometimes I didn't even do anything. I just watched something on Netflix. You know what I mean? And then I remembered that Chelsea were playing. That's all it is. Yeah. So now I can just go, nope.
What I did 2 seasons ago, come January, I started watching other teams. I'd watch championship games just for entertainment. But last year, bro, I just did hate watches on Lewis's watch-alongs. It was just hate watch. It was amazing for me. If we win, it's great. If we lose, it's great. Bro, I loved it. So if you're not going to hate watch your club, then watch someone else.
Remember the content era?
Yeah, go on. You said
I remember.
Go on, Jez. You go.
I'm just saying, bro. I just quickly say that bro, I was saying about the content era, man. No, I hated that guy content, but he was my favorite up, man. He was my favorite up. Like going back and forth, having to be right at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like getting a little bit emotional. Good times, man. Good times.
Big up to Kia Van, who says, we just need to be patient with the new structure. It's obvious Ten Hag isn't their man. They are just waiting on the right time to appoint the right man. At the end of the day, these things take time. In regards to this, you can be patient with the structure. I ain't patient with it. You know what I'm saying? You can be patient with it. These lot have had enough time to do what needs to be done, and they've shown their incompetence. It is obvious. I do agree with that Ten Hag isn't their man, but he's not their man. But yet you've kept him in charge. So technically, he is your man. Who's the right manager, Kiovan? Who's this mythical manager that they can't hire they couldn't hire in the summer, or they can't hire now? Who is it they can't get?
This is the thing. Which football model in football goes by the approach of, if it's not the right man, we just keep the guy who's worse, and he's not helping us. There's no model that does that.
Imagine if we did that with players, by the way. So there's no. Man United can't buy a better player. You guys can't buy Palmer from Chelsea, who's one of the best 10s in the world. So just keep Bruno instead. Imagine if we did that. How stupid is that?
Yes.
I'm saying there's no football club that runs under that logic. There isn't. Like, yes, you can maybe think like City, they always plan for eventually Pep to come through, but they have managers in between making sure that they're still going to be successful to a certain level.
Yep. And that's it. So that's why I don't hear about these things take time, because I guarantee whoever the manager is that we get, because you can get interim now. So there's no excuse. So that's nonsense about it taking time. However, the manager we get in the summer, let's say we get a new manager in the summer, guarantee you could have got him, unless it's Don Carlo, which is not going to be, you could have got him this summer. There's no manager that wasn't available summer 2024 that's available summer 2025.
Chelsea started the season.
I ain't being patient. And keeping Ten Hag is a wonderful decision. But go on.
Chelsea started the season, sacked their manager, and they got Brighton, they got Potter, I think, a month into the season?
Yeah, it was just around when the Queen passed away. Remember?
Show Queen Lucy, man.
Anyway,
I still remember people singing the song. Yeah, boys.
Lizzie's in the box. Anyway, actually, I'm disappointed from Irish fans, man. We played England and not once you guys sang that chant. Disappointing.
Anyway,
woke era.
When you got woke era, Jez, when you guys got Poch from Southampton, when did that happen?
Summer 14. Summer 14.
Towards the end of the season, right?
No, it was in the summer of 14. So it was after the season finished.
Sure?
He signed. Yeah,
I think, because the first option was Van Gaal, ironically, and then he went to United, and then we ended up going for Poch.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it happened during the season.
No. At the end, they kept on Tim Sherwood till the end, because Tim Sherwood took over from AVB during that 13-14 season, and they kept Tim Sherwood on, but then they told him before the end of the season he wasn't going to get the job anyway. So they kept him on because Spurs weren't doing anything. They were just running to the end. And then they signed Poch in the summer.
Yeah, so this whole thing of they couldn't get who they wanted, that's nonsense.
No, you just go and get the next options. Like they said, Poch was the second option, ironically.
Stop looking for a name. Stop looking for a name. Look at the ideals of the coach. Don't worry about the name. Do you know what I mean? Look at the ideals of the coach. I've been saying it for a year and a half. Coaching matters. We've seen it over the last 2 years. Coaching matters. Coaching matters. We're seeing it right now. If it's McKenna, go get McKenna. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? Just get him. You know what I mean? Just get him. Stop looking for the big. There's no, like Florida said, if you want an elite coach, you can't get him because Carlo's not going to show up at United. Pep's not going to show up. Klopp's doing this thing at RB Leipzig. He will never go to Man United anyway because he's a Liverpool manager. But that's it. The rest aren't elite yet. Go get Almiron. If you want Almiron, go get him. You know what I mean? Go get him. Go get him.
City's takeover was 2008. They didn't win the league until 2012. These things take time. The guys have been in charge for no more than a year, and they are already saying that their game is 2.0. All right, here's the thing: no one's talking about winning the league. Why are we always moving goalposts? Them words have never left my mouth. I never mentioned Manchester United winning the league. You know what City had in 08? Improvement.
It's been the City, right? City weren't going for the league right away. City were building up. Getting to the Champions League first. In 09-10 season, they were battling Spurs for that fourth spot, and they lost to Spurs late in the season at home. That cost them the Champions League. Ironically, then the next season, in the same fixture, they beat Spurs to get to the top four. And then they changed from Mark Hughes to Mancini in the season, the 10-11 season, and won the FA Cup. So they got the winning mentality there, and then they bought big players like Yaya Toure, David Silva, Aguero, Nasri, stuff like that. They bought them players, so it was a sub build up. You know what I mean?
Yes, because I think it was a reply to my comment where I said that the long term, eventually they had in mind. Eventually, we want to hire a manager like Pep at the football club, but you have to. But they knew they weren't at the place to go and hire Pep immediately. Because he mentioned
they bought Kevin De Bruyne and Sterling. They bought Kevin De Bruyne and Sterling a year before Pep got there. They put the Barcelona people in place years before Pep got there. And when Pep got there, it was a smooth transition. He got rid of Joe Hart right away because he couldn't play with the ball. They bought Bravo in disaster. Bought Edison in the next. Look at that. I want people to look at that 16-17 team under Man City under Pep. You wouldn't believe the players he bought that season. You'd be going, are you mad? Are you mad? And then look he spent 250 million on fullbacks.
Just on fullbacks.
He played with what's his face at left back for a season?
Fabian Delph.
He played. Do you know what I mean? He structured it. But he had the people in there 2 or 3 years. The Tixi Bistinasan, who's leaving right now. He was at Barcelona, but he had the Barcelona people in there. So when he joined, all he had to do was say, I want this player. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's go. That's what he had. That's what he had.
Yeah, that was my point.
Before you go, no one was talking about winning the league. I'm 10 Hag out, by the way, but that's not jump to conclusion. I'm not jumping to conclusion. I'm looking at it. They kept a manager that's terrible. Our season's been awful at the start. You're 10 Hag out, like you've stated. Yeah, I do fan calling shows Kiovan every Monday, 4:30 p.m. So
I think this is just weird. Why the United fans are so focused on winning the league? Win 3 games in a row for once.
Exactly, which we've not done this season.
This was my point I was trying to say. It's like
score 3 goals in a game. Do something. Don't like
all these records. Oh, the manager's not available. They want nonsense.
That was my point. It's like that was my point. Is that nobody's saying all these things? Oh, Ineos need to go and deliver a league title first. Nobody said that. And nobody asked Ineos to go and appoint the right manager. People said get a manager that is going to be at least better than Ten Hag, so we can progress from what happened last season, and progress this season going on, and then you progress. Like you mentioned, you want to win a league. You're saying you want to compete for a league title by 2028. So there needs to be progression, and of course, 2028. There's still a lot of years till then, and Ten Hag can obviously be gone by then. But the point is, it needs to start somewhere, and getting rid of Ten Hag is the start. But it seems like people are so hesitant to say, "Oh no, of course they couldn't get the right guy. It's just fine to keep Ten Hag." No, it's not fine to keep Ten Hag. I've said it multiple times here and say like how I personally think if we suck Ange, then we're getting a worse manager. But if Ange does that bad, where it feel like we have to get rid of him, I'm going to be fine with him getting rid, because you can't just keep somebody who you know is not doing a good enough job. You can't. You need to try and do something in order to go into you want to progress in the end of the day. And I think Ineos have good intention in terms of wanting to actually do great things. We will find out. But all I'm saying is, I made the example earlier. People were so quick to go after Chelsea, but for Ineos, you can't all of a sudden you can't criticize these guys. You can't say anything about these guys when they clearly have made a bad decision by keeping Ten Hag and still making the bad decision by keeping Ten Hag. Today's the 10th of October.
Exactly.
Why?
And that's not saying that they're terrible and they'll always be terrible. We don't know either way because, like he said, they haven't been here long enough.
Terrible start. That's what I think.
However,
it's a horrific start.
It's they've been here a few months. You've made maybe say 10 decisions, but you've made one very big decision that's wrong. So fix it.
Yeah,
like
that's it.
The problem isn't the fact that Ten Hag's here. The problem isn't that you kept it, that you didn't sack him after the cup final. The fact is he's now still here when they're still bad. I don't even fault them necessarily for wanting to give him the start of the season. I wouldn't have done it, but fair enough.
There's no reason to even give him the start of the season. That was a horrific decision in itself.
No.
There's no reason.
That's wrong. I agree that's wrong. Well, my point is, even if you wanted to give him the start, fine, but it's still not working. So why is he still here? You've had two international breaks now. Why is he? If you wanted to give him the chance, but he failed your chance, but he's still here. But I don't. But the meeting thing they had the past 2 days, like maybe that's like a. Do you think that could be like a final straw, that if he fucks up again, that he's gone?
Yeah, and to Chiku says it's like saying instead of me going single and meeting hella girl, let me stay with my toxic GF. That's legit what it is.
Yeah, you said that too many times, Sheik, man. There's something happened.
It's just because Sheik's a terrible human being. Overall, he's right. You know what I'm saying? He's just a horrible human being, but overall, he's right. Make sure you subscribe to Sheik TV, people, as well. That's my bro right there.
Yeah, tell him he's a horrible human being on that stream as well.
Yeah,
but you know what, man?
Hey, do better. Hey, Sheik, fix up, man. Pattern up.
But you know what if Ineos going to be the people that say, you know what, but I love her. She's crazy, but I love her. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they're going to say?
It's just foolishness. There was no reason to. There was no reason to keep him. Zero.
What if they go, Jez? We can change him. We can change him.
Okay, I can turn it from a hoe to a housewife, man.
Yeah. And the Keo Van, obviously, I'm the only United fan on the panel, so it's not the unknown that's killing these lot because these lot like what's happening. So I'm the only United fan, but you're new here, so that's cool. We should give them time to fix it. I'm sure Ten Hag won't be our manager next season. At the end of the day, we don't know what their plan is. They've had time to fix it and didn't. Their time frame's up with me. Keo Van, you have a different time frame. You're entitled to your own time frame. I'm not gonna dictate to you what your time frame is. My time frame is completely different. I didn't want them in the first place. And all they've done is show me incompetence.
You know what their plan is.
Wait for this mythical manager that they couldn't get this summer. I mean, they couldn't get this season that they're gonna get next summer and that. Like, I know what the plan is. They don't have a plan. That's
they went with Ten Hag. They went.
I know that. Yeah, I know the plan's terrible because they kept Ten Hag. That's how I know the plan's terrible. I'm looking at decisions. I'm even talking about future. I'm talking about right now. Ten Hag is currently in charge right now. He should not be in charge. He should have not made the start of this season. He should have been sacked last season. They decided to keep him. That's on them. There's fuck ups and there's monumental fuck ups. That's what theirs is, in my opinion. You're Ten Hag out, so you agree. Like I said, you can back this Keo Van. Cool. I'm not with it. I'm not backing this nonsense. I leave that to you and others who want to have hope and belief in this incompetent.
Two things, cool. Right?
Cool.
You know, there are two things in the summer, right? That should have, or at the start of the season, that should have made everyone go, I don't know. I don't think they have a plan. As they kept Ten Hag after like a month and a half of trying to bring someone else in, and then they gave Bruno 300k a week. Gave Bruno 300k. That's straight two. That's strike two. And now they kept Ten Hag again. That's strike three. That's strike three. They're on strike three already. They're on strike three already. They kept Ten Hag. They gave Bruno a contract, and they're still keeping Ten Hag after this run of form.
Wait, why did Bruno get a new contract?
Because they're idiots. Incompetence. That's why Bruno got a new deal.
No, but I mean, like, did he have a year left or something?
No, he had 2 years left.
No, he had 2 years left. They just gave him. And they gave him a pay. And they gave him a pay. They gave him a pay.
I got to shoot off. I will obviously we'll discuss more later on the podcast. later. Right? Yeah,
100%.
yeah. So we'll discuss then.
Lesson.
But
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
listen, guys, in the chat and on the panel, just treat Flawless as we always treat him, fairly. That's what I'm saying. Just treat him fairly.
Yeah.
No, fairly. We treat you fairly. That's all. You know, we are friends, man. Well, yeah, exactly. We're a support system. I'll catch you later.
Shit, Jesus Christ. Yeah, but yeah, big up.
You gotta look at it from. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to look at it from before you go stuff. You have to look at it from this perspective, man. Like, if it wasn't for us, you probably would be thinking to yourself a lot more. Like, am I the crazy one?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got Black Diamond to let me shout out to Black Diamond because he's there in the chat because he was there with me. He says it's ironic. Big up Black Diamond. It's ironic, Flawless. You and I were apparently negative and evil for questioning any holes. Even the man them looked at us funny. But now everyone's jumping on the Ineos incompetent train. And he said because Flawless has an evil laugh, man think he's a villain or anti-United. That's the crazy part.
Diamond, don't do that. Don't do that. Flawless
people think I'm anti-United.
No. Flawless is a wallad. But you agreed with him, so you got the smoke as well. Don't do that.
Black Diamond, the fact that people think that you or me actually want what's happening to Manchester United. But Lex made a great point about this because when people are being positive for the most part and being pro Manchester United and backing the manager and backing Ineos and backing the players, when they say those things, they want those things to be true. So when they hear you, Black Diamond, or me, criticizing the manager, criticizing the ownership, criticizing the players, they believe that's what we want. Of course not. I want to be wrong. Let me rephrase that. I wanted to be wrong about Ineos. I wanted to be wrong about the manager. I wanted to be wrong about these players. I wanted to be wrong about this season. I called it spot on. And the thing is, it was easy. It wasn't difficult. No crystal ball. You don't have to be a friggin' psychic. Just look at the manager and look at the team. And you can see the problems arising. And Ineos seen all this, they had more evidence than me. Because they see the inner workings, they're there on a day-to-day basis. I only see Manchester United on a match day. Only see Manchester United, and I can see, this isn't going to work. Outrageous. You know what I'm saying? Outrageous. But hey, people want to back this and back these results and all this type of stuff. As shit, 4-0 to Brentford, 6-3 and 3-0 to Manchester City, 7-0 and 3-0 versus Liverpool, 3-0 versus Bournemouth, 3-0 versus Spurs, 4-0 versus Palace, 3-0 versus Sevilla, 3-0 versus Newcastle. And people want to back the company and the ownership group that backed this manager and kept him after this run of results. All right, but they give them time. You lot can give them time. When people show you
this Man United side, ladies and gentlemen. You see why I don't like Poch? We lost at this Man United side.
I'm saying, bro, like I'm still surprised that I haven't seen a Chelsea fan trying to make like a Kendrick Lamar type of diss track for Pochettino. And bro,
no, actually, Lewis did it.
I can't remember because I didn't see it. Like I maybe seen be quote maybe in this just put it in Poch, but it's not spoken enough. It's not spoken enough, and I have to address this. Do you man remember when Fatou said don't suck Pochettino to the very end?
Did he say that?
No, but but the reason why I don't take that seriously from Fatou is he only did it because of Eleanor, so it doesn't count.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
You know, fair enough. And actually, you know what? I tell like there was another Chelsea girl as well who said Pochettino.
Who?
I don't like, bro. How can you be so dumb bad, bro? If I see you
Chelsea fan that we know that said Pochettino.
I think it was a Chelsea fan that he know.
It was. Alex from Chelsea Fan TV, the host of Chelsea Fan TV, Alex.
Yeah, so
Alex was backing. Yeah, he was backing Poch, which I didn't understand.
Bro, to a point where there was one fan cam when Lewis was almost in tears.
Bro, you know the thing, like Poch, bro, their Poch was my concept, bro. Like these dudes were suffering out there. You know that video that's been going around with, when they're talking about Kid One, and it's the edit of Ten Hag though. That edit could have been applied to Pochettino, bro. Bro, he had to be suffering out there.
Hey, there's a quote on that edit that said, when he died, I cooked all day. That's me.
Nigga, I cooked all day, bro. It's like, bro, this was me when content. This was me when content left the football.
I listened to Rand's video after like your last game, right? Did you see that clip of what he said?
Bro, he was
about him hating the manager. I did see it.
No,
Yeah,
about him.
which one?
Someone needs to he put a head out on the manager.
Yeah. I see that and how much he hates the manager, and he's tired of it.
That's how I felt with Poch, man. I don't care who takes him out. Oh my god!
I hear it, and Sheik, I did see Maserati out now, 2 flawless. I don't know if you've seen. I did see that. Hopefully, he's all right because they were saying it was something to do with his heart and cardiac.
Apparently, he's fine though.
I'm hoping he's good. Is he fine? All right, cool.
Yeah, but he's gonna be out for a couple of weeks though. But he's gonna be he's gonna be out for a couple of weeks with him.
Yeah, I hope he's gonna be okay. Prayers to Maserati, but what is that quote? With every bad thing, there's a positive light. Flawless. Benjamin Chilwell linked to Man United. Let's go.
Yeah, sure, mate. Let's see what I do. Saeed was saying. Let's see. Ineos played emotional rant. I want to see this. Let's see.
He didn't even let me cook.
Well, welcome back to welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like the video.
Subscribe to Saeed TV people.
Channel. Yeah, and I'm not in my usual settings. I'm in London right now. Went to the SDS live show yesterday. That was lit. Shout out to the brothers that were there. Shout out to Sharky for obviously organizing it and making it what it is. So big up to him, bro. And we got Big Six plans on the weekend. So I thought, you know what? Let me just go London for the week. You know what I mean? Take a break. It's not America. I wanted to go Canada. So shout out to Canadians. Listen, hopefully I'll be there in November. But yeah, bro, we need to talk.
Yeah, I need a fucking holiday, man.
Jesus Christ. Ineos have played me. Fool to me for believing in their hype. Fool to me to believing that they're any better than the Glazers, if I'm being honest with you. And I'm a victim. Just in general, for just always getting giddy. And maybe I can't change that. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just an emotional fan who thought that the Glazers were the worst thing, and they still are the worst thing ever to have come to Old Trafford especially in the recent last 20 years. They have played me off the park. I got excited. Ineos hype. Ineos are here. Ineos this. Ineos that. You know them ones there, bro. After being the biggest Qatari fan known to man. You know them ones there, people. I was the biggest Qatari fan. And then I just switched allegiances. I was like, yo, this is too soon, man. This is like moving from Real Madrid to Barcelona. This is like being a Liverpool fan and a United fan. Like, it was the rivalry was crazy. Like, I switched sides quick. I switched to Ineos. I was like, you know what? Structure. Oh, my Berrada. Jason Wilcox. Brailsford. Dan Ashworth. I said, yo, real men. Word to Cams, real men.
Hey, yo. These
lot love the cameras, These lot gave ERIK Ten Hag an extended year. These lot had us waiting for a review for about 2.5 weeks. I said, hold on a minute. Let me just analyze the situation. But then I said to myself, you know what? It's honeymoon period. I let them off. Why? Why did I let them off? Why did I let Ineos off in that moment? Why? I can't believe it. How on earth do you allow a manager to have one of the worst season in Man United's history, finishing 8th, but then say an FA Cup is okay?
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can...
What was... Honestly, that night, what happens is with anger. Anger turns into emotion, right? Anger turns into just...
Yo, Daryl, how you doing, man? Are you good? I know there's the hurricane over there. I need to ring my cousin because he's over there too. But he says, big up the panel, hashtag 10 flawless in. Shut up, Daryl. The hurricane blew by. I looked out because the storm landed 4 hours south of where I live. No power lost and I'm back closing deals. Glad you're good, Daryl, man. I'm glad you're good. I know the hurricane's over there is doing a mad.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the Florida area, man.
Yeah, man. Florida. Remember my cousin and see it. Make sure he's good.
You take a little break. You compose yourself. You don't become angry anymore. I should have stayed angry. That whole summer, I should have said, you know what, Ineos, I don't trust you anymore. But what did I do? And what did maybe some United fans did? They said, you know what? Let's allow this one to slide. It's the first L, but let's allow it to slide. But we are fools. We are the biggest fools in Manchester. And that is you, Saeed. Shout out to Andy Tate. We are the biggest fools in Manchester. Because we allowed this manager, this owners, to let this brother stay. And then guess what? He gets every single signing that he probably wants. We spent an extra 200 million. And we're still shit. We're still shit. We backed this guy, and we're still rubbish. There's barely any injuries. Okay, now they're starting to flipping pile up and that, but there weren't any injuries. Luke Shaw doesn't count as an injury because he's been injured. Yeah, Mason Mount been injured at Chelsea. These guys have been injured, so I'm not including them. And if you don't have no importance in the team, then you're not relevant. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me just put that one out there. And then the season is happening. It's in its fruition, right? We have 8 points from 7 games. That's the reality. And these man told everyone we're having a 7-hour meeting. They've put it out there, by the way. These guys have told everyone, told the journalists, yo, hype up this meeting. Like we didn't have one in the summer.
1 second. Let me just get to certain. No, I wasn't hyped to Fatso. No, I wasn't hyped about Ineos. No, just to anyone, I was not. The footage is there. Do you think these lot won't be crashing on me if I backed Ineos? Didn't like him at the start, and I like him even less now.
Hey guys, we've tried. You tried to find
hype up this meeting.
Tell him again, Prime. Say that again,
bro. Listen, we've tried, bro. I've tried to find footage. It's not there, man. I'm sorry. I've tried.
Thank you.
I'm saying, like, see, Diddy should have taken a sample then. Make sure to get rid of the fucking.
You got one more Diddy joke and it's time out for you. You do too much. You do too much.
We have a 7-hour meeting. It's entirely performance.
Down the big
it's not regarding the manager. So what are you having a discussion about? What? Because you lot just want to gather for a meeting to make yourselves look good. Honestly, man, these guys, I'm starting to look at them differently. They are not the Ineos where I seen at the start of something. They're not. They're incompetent. They're literally giving this manager more time.
That's crazy. It's like someone said that a few months ago.
How? It's not about more time to succeed. You're giving him more time to fail. Then what you're doing is you're allowing the fan base to suffer. Why do we have to suffer? Why, Ineos, do fans have to suffer because you lot don't want to sack managers? Shut up, man. Seriously. You sacked about 5 managers in 5 years at least. Jim Ratcliffe, you sack managers in Nice like that, like a click of a finger. You sack managers. So why all of a sudden here you're just a bit hesitant? Why? Can you tell me why? You have all these Avengers. I don't even want to call them Avengers because that's disrespect to the Avengers. Thanks. You have all these guys stood in the line, and it's just like, is this PR? Are you trying to build your brand at United? Are you trying to build the Ineos brand at United? Are you just trying to, because let's be honest, man, you tried to buy other clubs and you failed, mate. Let's talk about that. Chelsea bid failed. You put in a bid in for Chelsea too early on when you knew the process was not that time. Apparently he tried to buy Barcelona. This guy's tried to buy a lot of clubs, He's meant to be this billionaire, but I've never heard of Jim Ratcliffe before this. Normally you hear of billionaires. You know of their name. You know what they do.
Crazy,
I didn't know this billionaire. I heard he was a broke billionaire. How about that? That's what I got told.
That's crazy.
Sometimes my weeks can be really hectic, so Gusto is great for offering quick and easy.
It's crazy.
He's out there in Monaco.
Make sure you lot subscribe to Saeed TV as well,
people. In the sunshine, yeah, and we're in the rain in Manchester, and you're just saying there, but it's not my job. Bloody, listen to me, brother. You're the part owner. You have a stake in the football club, but you're letting guys like Omar Barada, who's never sacked a manager, by the way. You're letting Jason Walcott, who's never sacked a manager, by the way. Dan Ashford never sacked a manager, by the way. You have sacked managers, though, at Nice. You have experience. We are hearing reports that apparently he wants to get rid of Ten Hag. That's what we're hearing right now. He is not happy. Surely you're not happy. Surely you're not happy seeing this. You're not. You are watching this in disgrace. It's a disgrace. Surely you're not happy. So why do we have to accept this? It's a joke. I want my club back, man. I want to be established club, not a banter club, man. And Ineos, like I said to you guys, they've really, really fooled me. I feel like someone should slap me, you know. I swear down, bro. I give you that permission. Slap me. Because, bro, I got fooled and I got played.
Don't say that, Saeed.
And that's the reality.
Yeah, you're going to slap my old team now.
Yeah, exactly. Don't say that.
I was enjoying myself last night. And then I woke up to reality.
Hey, yo, pause.
I've got to make content.
Hey, yo,
I've got to talk about this club. They're finished, man. They're finished.
Wait, so he's slapped himself?
No, it said someone should slap him. Someone should slap him. I was like, yo, shouldn't say that. Old team actually going to slap him.
I have to watch another barring.
Yeah.
Haram. I can't do this anymore, man. It's killing me. 10 haram football's killing me. I'm seeing the man them chilling. I'm seeing Chelsea fans enjoying their football. Everyone's enjoying themselves. And we're here, man. Suffering. Ineos, why, man?
You're going through it.
Why do you do this to us?
Actually going
we
through
deserve it. This. We don't deserve this, fam. They played me, man. Qatar, where you at, man? Buy the club, Qatar. Buy the club. Buy this club. Come and save us. The Turney family, come and save us, man. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, man.
I'm sorry. The reason why I'm laughing is because the contrast of what's happening now to what was in the summer. I'm sorry. You wouldn't think it was like a 3-month gap between the time.
Exactly that. And yes, Saeed is box office. Make sure you go subscribe to Saeed TV. That is my brother right there as well. And big up to KO Van. Yes, I need to get over to Jamaica still. My aunt's always telling me I need to get over there, but that's a summer thing. But as the next international break, I might take a trip away. I ain't gonna lie. Let's go somewhere in Europe real quick, man. For real. I might just do that.
Amsterdam. Go down.
I say go. I might go down, you know. I don't know. I end up somewhere. I know what the plan is anyway. That's what it is. I'm just looking for just a little cheap flight away, a few days. I'm supposed to still make content while I'm out there. Said I said, nah, I don't deal with brownies. Big up TJ as well. Make sure you subscribe to TJ Rowe. Now I'm saying I don't do the brownies, but big up to TJ every single time. Make sure you run up the likes because we're not even at 100 likes, people, and there's still over 100 of you lot in the building. So we're only at 86 likes. Let's get up to 100 likes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well, whether you're watching this live or watching this back after. Go follow the Sarcasm City TV playback as well, people. Go and follow the Sarcasm City TV playback, where we will be doing the England-Greece game. There'll be a watch along for that. I'll start 15 minutes before kickoff.
Oh my God.
So 7:30 p.m. people. So I'll be over there, people. 7:30 p.m. playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV, or download the Playback app from your app store. You see it there. NBA watch-alongs, Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, gaming content over there, EAFC 25 as well, people. So yeah, love to everyone that has locked in, man. Absolute real ones as always. We're back live on the YouTube channel. Before you go, back live in the YouTube channel, 11:45 p.m. with this Joker Jez and that other crook. For talking United, Chelsea, and Spurs as well. Yeah, go on.
Obviously, as you can see, I rebranded my Twitch, and I also got a new Twitter account.
Oh, jeez.
So under my name is saying that obviously I'm still going to use my normal account, but I have a new.
Oh, my bad, just
no. So what I'm saying is that I still gonna obviously I still use my usual Twitter account. I'm still gonna use it, but I have a new Twitter account just dedicated to my Twitch, and obviously I rebranded to the Black Saiyan. And obviously today there's going to be the new Dragon Ball game that's going to be released, and I'm obviously going to be consistently planning to stream on Twitch now from maybe even today after the show later on. So obviously I speak about it more later on as well, but I might be even going live later, start the new game, and then yeah, man.
Drop the links in the chat. You lot go support Jez on Twitch. Drop the links in the chat. Drop the links in the chat, Jez. You lot go support. Make sure you do so as well. Big up to Ishmael. Respect to Flawless keeping his composure as always. Hey man, Ishmael is tough. I'm not gonna lie. Big up to Matthew. Yeah, go on, fam. Go on.
I do have to say, Football Manager, they are a disgrace, but go to the comments first. I need to talk about that. That pissed me off today.
Yeah, cool. Big up to Matthew Jarvis says, just subscribe. Manchester United fan and a local fan of non-league. Big up for subscribing. Appreciate it. Always good to see United fans in the chat as well. And you have a non-league team, Matthew, because you mentioned non-league. Just asking our interest. And big up to, again, Jazz, you see it there, twitch.tv/ Is that supposed to say the Black Saying? Is that what that is?
Yeah, Black Saying, Black Saying,
But it's there, and it's BVLCK saying people. So it's there. BVLCKSAIYAN. So make sure you do that. That's Jez on Twitch and Jez on also as well. Yeah. Oh, Ebbsfleet. All right, first Matthew, first.
So obviously FM25 was supposed to release obviously in November. They already delayed it, and today they announced that they're delaying FM25 till March 2025.
Oh jeez.
And yes, and you know. It's a big issue because like the reason why I'm kind of saying is that obviously I'm just a regular consumer, so I'm obviously gonna go and be like, you know what, I'm still pissed, but I'm okay, cool. I'm just somebody that plays the game for fun most of the time. I'm pissed because it's like everybody knew that there was gonna be a new system. There was supposed to be a whole new UI coming in, which is gonna increase the traffic and everything, but then. What they ended up doing is they're bringing a lot of nonsense into the game, which then delayed the game already till November. Not all of a sudden, they're delaying the game all the way to 2025, and I'm kind of looking at I'm looking for the content creators. I'm like, I feel bad for those because like obviously some of them make it as a living. True. So I'm like, damn. So for me, I'm just trying to think like. I had to mention that because that kind of triggered me a little bit because like I am a regular consumer of Football Manager 25, and obviously I was planning to also stream a couple of times as well, but now they're obviously not gonna release it. So yeah, man, it's fucked up, man.
It's messed up. It really is. We'll see what go on. Hopefully it is because your FM streams was good. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, man. So it's just annoying. Like for me, it's what it is. But for the content creators, it's kind of annoying because obviously this is the money in it.
No, I get that. I fully hear that. And big up to everyone that's locked in. We'll talk about the Martinez injury. We'll talk about it later, my guy. 110%. Zlatan, we'll talk about that later because we're back live here. Like I said, 11:45 p.m. No, actually, it'll be 11:30 p.m. 11:30 p.m. UK time. United Chelsea Spurs show. Man, United Ballers at the Bridge talking that Tottenham talk people. We're back live in an hour on the playback. We're back live in an hour on the playback for the England-Greece game. So the England-Greece watch along won't be here on the YouTube. It will be on the playback. Yeah, go on, Prime. Let me close out.
Yeah, quickly before we end. We travel to Helsinki tonight. Oh well, we're already there. And kickoff is in like an hour, 15 minutes.
Oh, Ireland are playing.
You must be Finland. You must be Finland. You must be Finland.
We'll be there. We will be there. We will
We
will be there. We're watching us because we're keeping an eye on all the games. So we will be.
No, you're not involved.
We'll be keeping an eye. We'll be keeping an eye because the chat are going to say, yeah, Finland kicks off at the same time. So where are you actually at?
I shouldn't have told you guys.
Yeah, serious. But hey, that's on you, mate.
It's away from home. We're going to Helsinki.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you must because you've lost your opening too. You lost to England and Greece, so yeah, you need to beat Finland. Yeah, you'll beat Finland, man. We'll get there.
We won't.
But yeah, love to everyone that's locked in. We're going to redirect to Lewis because he's live right now. Big up to all of you lot. Don't forget, though, this show, all the other shows on the YouTube channel, apart from watch-alongs, are available on audio-only platforms as well. So Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV and all the shows will pop up because you may want to listen audio-only, people. So if you use Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow us, 5-star us. If you're on Spotify, do that. Same with iTunes as well. 5-star us, leave us a review. Same with SoundCloud as well.
Sorry, the starting 11 got dropped.
Oh, go on. Name the starting 11 since you said it. You want to talk about it? Go on.
It's Kelleher in goal.
Go on. Yeah.
Sorry, Kelleher in goal. Back three, Darragh O'Shea, Nathan Collins, Liam Skills, Benny, and oh my god, Robbie Brady as our wing backs. Fuck's sake. Jason Knight and Josh Collin in midfield. Finn, Aziz, Smodix as our like 210s, and Evan Ferguson playing up top. And this guy's barely played all season because of injuries and stuff, or coming back from injury. So yeah, we'll be lost regardless.
We will be back live in an hour over on the Playback England Greece watch along. Obviously, keep an eye on the Finland versus Republic of Ireland game, plus more. So love to everyone that's locked in. It's been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to redirect into Lewis. I'll put Sarcasm City Raid in the chat. Salute.